Hi everyone, I'm Riley King, and happy Sunday, and welcome to this edition of Politics with Riley King. Let's begin. First up, GOP protesters urge Pappas to oppose impeachment. House expected to vote next week. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
At Bell-Tape's, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Bell-Tape's Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
Supporters of President Trump held signs in downtown Manchester Saturday, protesting the impeachment inquiry.
People are working. We have businesses are opening. The economy is booming. And while all that's happening, the Democrats are just completely engulfed in a witch hunt.
This is part of a campaign to defend President Trump called Stop the Madness. They rallied outside Congressman Chris Pappas's office.
Chris Pappas's district supports President Trump, and we're calling on Chris Pappas to reflect the will of his district, the will of the voters, and choose his people over his party.
I think it's good when people express their opinions, and we encourage folks to call our office, to write in, to let us know what's on their minds and what they think about this particular issue or anything out there.
Representative Pappas will soon vote on impeachment, but he hasn't reached a final decision yet.
I'll be out there talking to lots of folks around New Hampshire, and I still have some reading to do.
The Trump administration told News 9 it's eyeing House members who haven't yet committed to voting for impeachment, like Pappas.
I'm doing my due diligence, but I remain very concerned about the actions of this president and how he compromised our national security, and I'm willing to stand up and do the right thing in the final analysis.
Chris Pappas is in a tough spot, and I think it would be good to see him support the president.
Organizers of that protest say they plan to continue to hold similar events through the impeachment process to support the president.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Seven Democratic candidates qualify for next week's debate. Let's take a listen to that video.
"69% of New Hampshire's young children have parents in the workforce. Providing children with effective early learning experiences while their parents are at work supports families and strengthens our economy."
The Democratic National Committee continues to raise the bar for 2020 candidates to reach the 6th debate stage. While there is still a 5th debate coming up on November 20th in Georgia, the DNC announced the qualifications to reach the stage for the 6th primary event held in Los Angeles on December 19th. The Hill reports that 2020 candidates will need to meet one of 2 polling thresholds, reach at least 4% in 4 or more designated national polls, or receive at least 6% support in at least 2 state polls for early primary voting, which includes Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada. This is a 1 percentage point increase compared to the threshold for Democratic candidates to make the stage for the November debate. There is also a donation criteria that must be met, with 2020 hopefuls needing at least 200,000 unique donors for the 6th debate, compared to 165,000 for the November stage. According to The Hill, this is expected to reduce the number of candidates on stage even further, after a dozen candidates shared the stage in October. The media outlet reports that 9 candidates so far have qualified for the upcoming November debate. The DNC announced that the Los Angeles primary debate in December will be hosted by PBS NewsHour and Politico.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Mitch McConnell is facing scrutiny from Democrats on impeachment vote. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Now to Washington and the historic full House impeachment vote looming next week. President Trump, you see him here tossing the coin at the start of the Army-Navy game in Pennsylvania, even as he and his team brace for that Wednesday impeachment vote on the House floor and strategize next steps for the Senate trial, with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell facing criticism from Democrats accusing him of taking his cues from the White House. ABC's David Wright with the latest tonight from the White House.
Tonight, the battle lines over impeachment are sharp and hyper-partisan.
I am trying to give a pretty clear signal. I have made up my mind. I'm not trying to pretend to be a fair juror here.
Speaking in Doha, Qatar, Senator Lindsey Graham said Trump will be on safer ground with a Republican majority calling the shots.
And I will do everything I can to make it die quickly.
On Fox News, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell vowed Senate Republicans will be in lockstep with the White House.
We'll be working through this process, hopefully in a fairly short period of time, in total coordination with the White House counsel's office.
President Trump has said he'd like to call witnesses, but now says he'll defer to the Senate.
I'll do long or short. I've heard Mitch, I've heard Lindsey. I think they are very much on agreement on some concept. I'll do whatever they want to do. It doesn't matter.
Democrats accuse Senate Republicans of prejudging the evidence even before the trial begins. And when the House votes this week, Democrats from Trump-friendly districts are under pressure to break ranks. 31 Democrats are seeking re-election in districts Trump won. 2 of them have already said they're likely to vote no on one or both articles of impeachment. One may be switching parties. Other moderates are weighing their decision.
Facts. I'm going to read everything, watch all the testimony and the hearings, and read the transcripts, consult with scholars, and of course talk to my constituents.
Today, New Jersey Democrat Tom Malinowski got some boos when he told constituents in his district he plans to vote for impeachment.
I believe that on the 2 counts of impeachment that have been put before us, that the vote should be yes, and I will be voting yes.
All right, some applause and some boos there. David Wright joins us live from the White House. And David, the House is planning that historic vote on the 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump early next week. And it's expected to pass even with those moderate Democrats under so much political pressure.
That's right, Tom. The vote likely to take place Wednesday, and the math in both chambers adds up. The Democrats in the House believe that they have more than enough votes to impeach President Trump. Republicans in the Senate believe they have the votes to keep him in office. As you know, Tom, the Constitution requires a 2/3 vote to remove a president.
David, thank you. In this programming note, tomorrow on This Week, George sits down with House Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler, House Intelligence Chair Adam Schiff, and Senator Ted Cruz of Texas.
Hi. Okay, and that does it for this Sunday edition of Politics with Riley King. I hope you all enjoyed this week's Sunday edition of Politics with Riley King. I'll see you back here next Sunday for another edition of Politics with Riley King. Have a great week ahead of you, everybody, and goodbye.